What is going on, you guys? Thank you for coming back for another video. Happy Friday. Hope you guys had a great week. I know I did, even though it was a long one. I got spring break coming up, so I'm excited to be putting out a lot more videos, hopefully over the next week or so. We'll be doing more tutorials, more Pro Tools tutorials too, if you're interested in those, and definitely some more beats as always. So today I'm going to be going over how I made this Dusty Locane type beat. I'm not sure if a lot of people know who Dusty Locane is, but I recently found him. He's a really good dude. He has kind of that Pop Smoke feel. I don't want to say that because respect to Pop Smoke, man. That was one of my favorite artists. Nobody could ever replace him, but Dusty Locane could be next up on that drill scene. I think he definitely has a talent. His beat selection is great. His vocals great. So I really like Dusty Locane. I think this would be a good beat for him to get on. And normally I don't do a lot of drill beats, so this was kind of outside of my comfort zone. So I was kind of aiming for this particular sound. Didn't really know which direction I wanted to go or how I would even get there once I figured that out. Not really great at drill beats. I just wanted to branch out a little bit. As you guys know, I mainly make just trap beats, a little bit of R&B stuff, but this was definitely different for me. So there's a few things that probably could sound better, but I was just trying to figure out the sound a little bit. But I wanted to go ahead and show you guys how I kind of came up with some of the elements for it, what elements I used. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the first thing is the melody here. And it's a pretty simple melody. It's just that reverse, really typical drill, that kind of dirty reverse piano sound. So yeah, it's a pretty simple melody. So my first goal after that was to get the drums in, obviously. So I really started with the I think I probably started with the hi-hats actually on this one. So I started with this, but we'll just go ahead and start at the top to make it easier. So the first element we have here is the kick. It's a pretty simple pattern, and I wanted it to have that kind of drill feel. And it does hit with some of the snares, and you'll feel it a lot more when the hi-hats come in. After that, I had a crash. And then we have the 808s. I'll go ahead and look at those. And as you guys probably know, drill, the 808s are freaking nasty. So this was a lot going on here, but it was kind of just me messing around and honestly just clicking in random stuff and seeing if it sounded good. So if you want to make a drill beat, just get in there and try to imitate whatever you think it should sound like, and try to figure out how to get that. So I do have the slides, which you can see here, and I wanted them to be pretty dramatic. You don't have like super like all the slides in drill are usually pretty spaced out. They're jumping not everywhere, but everywhere on time. So I did have those, and I'll go ahead and just solo this. And they're all coming back down to this D sharp. I believe the loop was, the D sharp's in, the loop is in D sharp minor. And then I just have them going up, and then at the end here I have them going up a little bit higher so we can come back in on that lower note. But that's pretty much all I did for the 808 there. It's not super complicated, but it also has that drill feel, I feel like. Alright, so next we have our hats. So there's not a lot going on with those either, but you got that typical bounce for drill. It sounds a little bit off. I used to think it sounded so off, but then I realized it's just timing's a little bit different. And then we have our open hat, or one of the open hats. It's a pretty minor part of this. And then we have another hi-hat that actually comes in. A little bit harder here. I'll go ahead and play that solo. But yeah, so it's pretty simple. It just adds on to the first hi-hat bounce that we have. You have a young chop snare, classic. I wanted something that was a little bit heavier, really sharp, to keep that bounce going. I didn't want a super heavy snare. And do have a rim shot. And that basically hits where I would normally have my little rolls or whatever else for the snare. I just have it hitting on the one. And then we have a triangle. You can see it's just pretty simple there. That's pretty much the whole beat. For the hooks, we'll go ahead and look at the arrangement real quick. So for the hooks, I did add in, I believe it's an octave up of the main melody. Yeah, so that part for the hooks is just pitched up an octave. You can kind of hear the whole beat here. So we have our hook, verse, hook, verse, hook, verse, hook, outro. And then I did have a little bit of a, you can call it a pre-chorus, I guess I'd call it more of a bridge or a turnaround. And then for this part, and it basically just keeps that main melody, has some 808s in there, but it's only on the first low note, so we don't have that rolls. And then I did put a little low filter, a low pass on the intro, and then on this section as well. It's pretty minor, it just kind of adds a little bit of atmosphere, I guess you could say. And then as far as the mixing stuff goes, basic gain staging, pretty simple mixing with the soft clipper on the master. So that's really the beat. Like I said, there's not a lot that went into that. It's kind of just me exploring the possibilities for drill, which I don't normally make. I hope I did alright. I think it sounds pretty good. I think I could definitely hear Dusty Locane on it. Dusty Locane, his beat selection it's pretty good. I listen to a lot of his songs, and the beats are always pretty consistent as far as like the quality and the sound he usually picks for. I think this would be a perfect fit for him, or I mean honestly any other drill rapper. I think he had that kind of slower flow, not like slow, but it moves, but he puts a lot of bounce into his flow, but it's kind of the Pop Smoke flow a little bit, obviously with his own taste, but I think this would definitely be a beat for him. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I really do appreciate the continued support of my channel and the beats and everything else. I hope to see you guys more throughout the next week. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you later.